This is part 3 of how I caught my ex-husband and ex-best friend having an affair in front of my kids. And I think where I left off, I was talking about how her and her husband were doing IUI while all of this was happening, all this affair was happening. And they had a kid in 2020. And then I found out from someone else they had like another kid in like 2021. And I was like, this girl is so unhappy with her life that she literally keeps wanting to just have children, thinking that it's going to make her life better. And a lot of people were like super upset the last time I shared this story because I didn't tell the husband and all that. And I mentioned like I just didn't trust her to not say that she had been like sexually assaulted by my ex-husband. And that was why I didn't go to him originally. I really thought he was going to come to me and be like, oh, this person doesn't have any friends anymore. She's having babies and she has no friends. She must have done something wrong. So I finally had the courage to leave my ex-husband at the end of 2020. I just was finally done with his shenanigans, and I was basically a married single mom, but I didn't have any days without the kids. Like, I was miserable. I was like always cleaning up after him, all that kind of stuff. Sorry, I'm laminating my eyebrows, that's why I'm holding this. So I left my ex-husband end of 2020. Been 2 years and 4 months now, literally having the time of my life without him. So like 4 months ago, I get a text message from this ex-best friend's husband. And he's like, hi, Rebecca, this is so-and-so, so-and-so's soon-to-be ex-husband. Crickets. And he's like, I don't know if you remember me. I'm like, dude, your number's still saved in my phone. Of course I remember you. And he goes, I don't know if you'd be up for it, but can we talk about what happened between your ex-husband and my now ex-wife all those years ago? And I'm like, dude, I talk about this on the internet. Of course I'm talking about it with you. My response to him was, I've been waiting for you to call me for 3.5 years. We talked on the phone for like an hour and a half. I had the conversation with him that I had in my head for 9 months. Because I was sure. I was like, we live in a small town. I'm going to run into you. I'm going to see you at Costco. I'm going to see you at the chiropractor. I'm going to see you somewhere. And you're going to be like, hey, whatever happened between you and my wife? I'd be like, bro, do you want to know? We finally put all the pieces together. So one day, his now ex-wife and like one of her only friend who kind of knew me that I didn't go tell because I was like, I don't really know you that well, were gossiping about me, and they were talking about how I was getting divorced. And he was like, wow, if she's getting divorced, like we owned a house, we had like big shit together. Like he was like, wow, if they got a divorce, something was up. So he started to put the pieces together, and then he finally realized what happened. He was like, bye. And then this is where the story just doesn't end. So at the end of their relationship, she started cheating on him again. Now, granted, they have 2 kids. And she gets pregnant with another man's baby. Like, what the actual what?